Ahoy, listeners! Welcome to the Yonko Podcast with me, Alex Chuan, and our crew, Burke, Brock, and Ryan. Today we're talking Chapter 1012. It's quite a funny one. We're jumping all around Onigashima today with scenes featuring the Scabbards, Zoro and Sanji, and even Big Mom, with special guests Nami, Usopp, and Page 1. Wait. News update. Unfortunately, Page 1 will not be joining us this chapter, so instead we'll be having his sister Ulti on instead. Let's get right into it. Let's set sail. Chapter 1012. We have a chapter, guys.
Itch.
Thank God. Dude, those week breaks hurt me. I'm serious. Like,
sounds like you need to do some other stuff with your free time, Alex.
What? Like make another podcast about hockey?
You can work
That's
out.
coming out soon.
You can work out in between. Get yourself strong.
Like work out my editing skills?
No. Just
watch other animals.
Well, I gotta do something on the computer, right? I can't just... Anyway, chapter 1012. I initially, when I read the title, I thought it was more like, you know how in the anime they'll go, itch, right? Or they'll, like the small, sound they'll make when, something's going wrong. Like, he's got a power level of 9,000, that sort of thing.
When they, okay.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was referring to, but then very clearly, no, that's not what was happening. However, cover art is fun. Do you guys think we'll get actual story cover art again anytime soon?
Not soon.
I don't think so.
Is he just having fun with fans?
Well, I bet
they're fan requests.
I bet you anything, the next time we get a cover story will probably be at the end of Wano Country.
That'd be good. I like that, now that, I think we all wished that the Beijing ones would end, but I actually now kind of miss, having another part of the world, shown to us through them. I really like the fan arts, don't get me wrong. I mean, Oda's fantastic with his, art and all, but, I don't know. I want to explore...
don't get me wrong. It's always nice just to see other stories happening.
I want an update on
Obviously, the freaking beige one was just oh my God.
It just kept going.
We get it.
Yeah.
Lola's going to marry, what's his name? Gotti, I think, right?
Yeah. You know what's interesting about the bird in the cover art, though? It has, I don't know if you guys noticed this as well, but it has an 81 on its neck, which kind of gives me where Frankie spent his time in the time skip vibes with all of Vegapunk's creations. Those metal animals that had numbers as well. So it might be a small shout out to that.
So what you're saying is Kid.
Here comes a huge assumption.
Vegapunk's son confirmed?
No, Vegapunk is Kid.
Kizuru is Vegapunk confirmed.
Okay, no.
Dude, no.
Theory
That's
train!
ridiculous.
Tinfoil hat!
Foxy is Vegapunk.
Okay, now we're being ridiculous.
Now we're getting true here.
Get out of here! All right, well, with that, we're into the chapter. Ryan, you had a fun little comment about this before we started about where we are in the castle.
Yeah. So I really love how in One Piece the anime, pretty much every arc at the beginning of the episode they'll tell you where everyone's at. And with how fast Wano's going, I was just commenting. I was like, man, I really can't wait for the anime to actually give you those key details about what floor everyone's on, so you kind of know what's happening.
Just to keep up with all.
Just keep up with it.
And there really are a lot of moments and fights that are happening all at the same time. Lots of things happen. I don't even know. You couldn't even if you asked me where Black Maria and Robin fight with Brooke is happening right now. I
couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell.
Shot in the dark.
No idea. Starting with Kiku though and Izo. This is fun. I didn't realize I needed this moment.
The brothers are back.
But they're cool. It's a cool little moment, And that's obviously where we get our title, nothing but an itch, right? This will subside when the embers of my life die. Which, is this a suicide mission? Is that what Kiku's saying right now? Going to kill Kanjuro?
I think it's more of just a general statement of it'll go away once I die. But
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it could be foreshadowing, but I don't know if it's actual foreshadowing for death.
I mean, this whole mission has been in their heads probably a suicide mission. That's the other thing I would just say
it's all or nothing, isn't it?
For the Scabbards, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think they saw themselves coming out of this. Their job was to protect Momo, and that was it.
I mean, I'm sure they thought
good
they were
news
going
is
to
that
die
they
back when Odin was still alive.
Yeah, they're pretty much living on borrowed time right now.
Yeah, no.
The good news for them is that they made an ally of Luffy, and I think that a bunch of them will come out of this. Some of us are not as optimistic about that, but I for one, think a good number of the Scabbards will make it out of this.
Second that assumption.
I like the moment with Kappa asking Izu, about kind of what is going to happen when the country does open. What's it going to be like? And
I mean, we're all thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but Izu has a really solid, I feel like landmark moment there where it's That's a huge if. Like, even Izo is not, sure that this is going to go well for them and end, on...
I mean, you're fighting against
It's almost too much to hope.
Right.
You know?
I mean, really, everything's on Luffy right now. Because if he loses to Kaido, who's left to face Kaido at this point?
Foxy.
Hey, really? Who? Who's the next person? Zoro's down, right? Sanji, Jinbei... What?
I don't...
Big Mom betraying him?
At this point, I don't think anyone on our side besides Zoro and Luffy could actively take down Kaido.
Or maybe if Kanjo turns coats again and makes another fake Odin, scares Kaido to death.
That would just excite Kaido.
I know. Maybe. But really cool moment there. I really want Izo to have a moment where, and I know it has nothing to do with Wano, but I want to know what happened to the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates after the Bayback War, right? And Izo and Marco are the only two really right now that could maybe give us some insight into that.
I'm sure whenever Weevil comes into play, that'll be a thing.
Yeah.
Whenever that wild card comes into play.
I just want to know. And then Vista, right, with the Mihawk fight and everything. I thought he would for sure be in Wano, just being a swordsman.
Am I the only one who hopes Weevil just gets gunned down by the Marines?
Yeah. I mean...
It'd be disappointing story-wise to introduce a character and for that to happen, but I hate him.
I don't care for him.
I don't like him at all.
There's nothing really interesting about him and his mother, other than, like, if potentially he's actually Whitebeard's son, which I don't think anyone believes.
No.
Well, I just thought it was weird that they introduced him, and then all of a sudden the world government's like, oh yeah, we're abolishing the warlords.
By the way, we're done with the warlords.
So it's like, what's the point of introducing him as a character, and then all of a sudden just doing a 180 and...
Well, I'd say...
Well, that's the power of the river.
I'd say the main reason for that is that his focus and interest as a character isn't as a warlord, but as who he is, which we haven't really gotten into yet. So we're going to have to wait and see where he actually comes from to be able to say... I can totally see him and Luffy being best friends, honestly.
I could also see him just joining, like, a crew.
Yeah, they're both that kind of dumb, but, like, still super strong, where I feel like that friendship would... without his mother in the
here's
picture.
the thing here's the vibe I get from Weevil, is that he seems like a good-natured guy. Everything he's doing is being steered by his gold digger mother. And I can totally see... This is obviously a broad, like, assumption.
Sure.
Speculation. But I can totally see her being removed from the reins and him joining the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. I could see that happening because I could see him as someone who would look up to Luffy.
Yeah. I feel like as a fandom, we always say, like, Luffy needs more people on his crew, right? We want Yamato, we want, Otama, right, to join them. But, we can also just get people on the Grand Fleet. We can have more added to that.
You just can add to the fleet.
Right? Yeah. Which we haven't really seen since Dressrosa, anyone added, but I definitely think there's a possibility there, for sure. But all that to say, really cool moment there with Izu. I want to know a lot more about, what's going on with him and Wano. But if you're Kinemon here, do you trust, and he asks, we have to achieve victory or die here, and Kiku's like, please allow me to finish Kanjuro. I won't fail again. If you're Kinemon, do you trust Kiku at this point to finish Kanjuro, or...
I think Kanjuro is pretty much dead as it is. He's succumbing to his injuries.
Well, here's the thing there, lad. I'm pretty sure, well, not pretty sure, I'm certain that they've all fought together and trained together long enough that they would easily trust each other with their lives.
Yeah, but do you think that Kiku's up to it after already failing once?
I think any of them are.
Yeah?
I think any of the...
I mean, was it implied that Kiku was the one who was trying to... I don't think her failure... and I'm assuming just her. I'm assuming that's the preferred pronoun for Kiku. I don't feel like she was necessarily saying her failure was about Kanjuro. I thought her failure was more about, like, them not being able to take down Kaido. Because I thought it was Kinemon who was implied to have been the one to finish Kanjuro the last time we thought he was dead.
And help me if Ryan and Brock here, but the last time we saw Kanjuro, like, aside Ashura Doji and coming back as Odin and all that shit, right? It was Kiku stepped forward to take on Kanjuro's, like, creations. They all were dead, and he was, like, bleeding in, like, the snow, and they walked past him. It was Kiku who headed that, right? And then they all walked past. And when it came out that Kanjuro was still alive, she made the comment of, it's really hard to cut down a friend or something along those lines.
I remember that.
Right? And they're like, we understand.
I'm pretty sure that is what happened. I can't fully remember, but it would make sense with how she phrases things in this chapter.
Right. So I'm saying, as Kinemon, right, do you want to do it yourself, or is Kiku, worthy of that second
Kinemon, he needs to be the leader.
Right.
So he can't let personal feelings get in the way. His focus is protecting Momonosuke.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's bringing Kiku, right? Yeah.
Yep.
He's bringing Kiku with him because they're heading for the same target, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And I think he will end up leaving.
Well, Kanjuro is going to kill Momonosuke.
Yeah.
Right. So he needs to protect Momonosuke. She wants to defeat Kanjuro.
And that's why he's bringing her with him, because I think he's acknowledging her will and her wish.
Yeah. Where's Kappa going? I didn't.
Looks like he's going with Izu.
And they're where?
That's the thing. That's where at the beginning where I was saying I really want like a leveling system, because sometimes in the anime they'll even do arrows to show where people are headed.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be so necessary for when this gets animated. But I believe that they met up with. They're going to the main floor because they were talking about how they need to help the troops. They're worried about their allies dying.
They want to back up the Straw Hats.
So I believe they're heading to the main floor where everyone's at.
So that's Izu, that's Kappa, right?
I would not be surprised if they end up where Chopper's stationed.
Well, I mean, isn't that, and also I imagine a lot of it's going to come to head in that main plaza, because even Zoro was saying like
King's there, Marco's there, Queen's there, Chopper's
that's
there.
where
Frankie's there.
That's where everything. That's where all the fights that aren't like the side fights, like say Robin's fight and Nami's fight.
Well, no, isn't Jinbei and Frankie in like hallways things? They're not on the main floor.
I believe they were headed to the main floor.
But they got stopped up by some of the
they were all fighting people like in different hallways.
Yeah, so I think they're around there, but they're not. The main floor is like Chopper and like King Queen and
that's where the main fighting is.
All the Apu is there.
I just think that's going to be like the Marineford area, because remember this castle is so big.
It's an island.
That honestly, like, the roof is going to be dictated specifically for the big fight between Kaido, Luffy, and soon to be, I think Yamato's going to head up there.
Mm-hmm. Seems like it. She doesn't want to be one-on-one, which we'll get to.
But I think it's going to be multiple different fights on multiple different levels.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think the top floor is going to be Kaido's area. I think maybe the second floor down, or wherever Big Mom is, that's going to be her level, where she's probably going to fight, like, I don't know, Kid or Law or something. Yeah.
So that's okay. So Kiku's going to Kinemon. They're headed to Momonosuke / Kanjuro. We've got Izu and Kappa. They're heading to the main floor to help out Chopper, all them. I guess Neko never knew what happened to Pedro.
Well, that's because he was off trying to get Marco and all of those they were on the...
Yeah.
And so he came straight here after he got Marco. So he never even heard about what happened on Whole Cake.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten a chance to meet with anybody who saw what happened.
Yeah.
Until
or heard
recently.
what happened.
Yeah, or heard what happened, yeah.
And we got a little snitch, Bariti? The little monkey dude? Barietti. He's the guy who rang the bell in Zoe, right?
Yeah, he was like the was the guy on the wall, like, warning everybody.
Good for him making it this far.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going.
He's hanging out on Neko. So he's gonna snitch on Perospero. So it looks like Perospero's gonna get another fight with Neko, which, I mean, please avenge Carrot Wanda. We all thought that was gonna be the end of Pero, didn't we? Or did you guys?
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
But
I just hate Perospero.
I hate Perospero myself.
Him to be,
I'm not a fan of him.
I would like Perospero to be defeated by
one of the Minks.
I
don't care.
Yeah. I just want the Minks. I want the Minks to defeat him, and I want him to kind of, I don't know. He just seems to be such a pain, because you never know where he's going to pop up. You never know what he's doing, and he's just kind of like that wild card enemy where they could do anything.
Big Mom, not for the Alliance, just trying to stir shit up.
And here's the thing too. Here's the poetry to it is the people you got facing. So you've got a Dogstrom fighting Jack.
Yep, of course.
And gave him all sorts of trouble, and then you got Perospero, who caused the death of one of
Pedro.
Of his top subordinates.
Well, he contends he didn't.
But let's be real.
It is a fair point, though.
He contends he didn't, but he put them in a position where they had no choice.
Perospero is very much like, you were on my island. What did you do? I hate Perospero, but you got to give him the point that
I'll give him that point. Yeah. It's just I don't like him in general. I don't like his actions. I don't like him as a
He's a horrible person in general.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I will always defend that. Pedro literally had no choice. That was one of those things where
he had to let the Straw Hats
someone was going to die,
yeah,
or they were all going to be destroyed or captured.
Yeah,
You know, and so that's why, I mean, like, Parasparrow gave him no choice but to do what he had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think Parasparrow killed him, is because,
Right.
you know.
I mean, yeah. If he hadn't been holding up the Straw Hats, which, I mean, technically his job, right?
Oh, yeah, that's his
Pedro.
job. But he didn't have to do it so well.
You're right. he could have been a shittier character.
He is a shitty character.
So, do you think base Neko's enough for him, or do you think Su Long?
I think Su Long form is going to...
Well, he's done if it's Su Long.
Oh,
Sparrow's no chance against Neko.
Because here's the thing, because I from the sounds of it, we didn't see it, but from the sounds of it, Parasparrow probably would have lost against the other two had the moon not been covered.
Right. So is the moon still covered by the time Neko gets there?
Probably just to prolong the fight a bit. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Is it nighttime?
Yeah, it's
that's
why all the
he was
still night.
Yeah. He was
longest night.
and
Dressrosa is the longest day.
But even back then, he was talking about how the moon how he would have probably lost had the moon not been covered. That's literally what he said back in that
passing
chapter.
clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Neko's off to deal with Parasparrow.
Parasparrow.
Pedro's dead. Parasparrow.
Don't you dare sully
I'm
Pedro's
sorry,
name with
Pedro.
that
You
bastard.
did good guy. First floor attic. We're suddenly at with Yamato, Shinobu, and Momonosuke hanging out.
Guys, real quick. When I see Nekomamushi jumping up, going meow, I just imagine his voice starting meow.
Little water 7 in there. Good. All right, so we got Yamato again, and now Yamato's got a big plan. She's gonna put a fake decoy. Keep it with her, I guess, to be Momonosuke, and she's gonna head off and leave them there where they're safe in the attic. I guess. I think that's her plan, right? Gonna head out, serve as bait. Kinemon's coming, so they'll be fine. She does give, and this is interesting, she gives the journal, Odin's journal, to Momonosuke.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we might, I don't know if we're going to have some additional flashbacks with him reading through that, or he's going to have another big moment because of
I
that.
hope it doesn't happen until after.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of what's written there was covered in the flashback.
Right. Well, that's
His
why
travels with Roger. And
I'm
Leonard.
curious why we're making a point of giving it to Momo. If there's anything new that will come
Well, I
of that,
think
or
it's
just
because
now he'll be updated.
Part of it, Momo doesn't know anything about that
Right.
stuff that he's found. And it might clear some stuff about his own legacy. Who knows?
Mhm.
Or
Maybe
about,
give him some
and
strength.
And also maybe give him some
character.
knowledge about how, how they knew there was going to be a new generation of pirates that are going to come and take down Kaido.
Mhm.
10 years later.
In addition to that, Yamato's asking, hey, Momo, how's Luffy doing, right? And an interesting point here, nothing has changed. He's losing strength, but still eager. However, there are only 2 voices left. So Yamato probably takes that as everyone else is dead, and it's just those 2. And this leads to a really good line here, a one-on-one, I have to hurry, because what did the announcer say way back when we first introduced Kaido, right? Land, sea, or sky, always bet on Kaido, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this chapter, I think it's very much like, well, we got to bet on Luffy, right?
But here's the thing. Kaido's never fought a protagonist before.
So
Odin was the closest thing.
So speaking of Yamato, do you guys really think do you think she's gonna? We talked about this earlier. Do you think she's gonna join the crew or not after?
I don't know.
I really see her pulling an Odin and joining the Straw Hats for the final stretch.
I'd love for her to do that. If she doesn't, I won't be mad. I'll be sad, but I won't be mad. But I think she would make a great addition to the crew.
I think if she's gonna go help Luffy in this fight with Kaido, I think I could see her joining for the final stretch.
I will go as far as maybe she is the head of a Grand Fleet ship with samurai allies that comes to the final fight. I do see her being as like this overly good force in Wano, backing up Momo, where Kaido was this antagonistic force to his father.
She's to Momo what Kaido was to Orochi.
Right. And
But like the good version, yeah.
And I think that is what really kind of solidifies Kaido's legacy as like this force of evil, and she's the force of good.
Once again, I still like the idea of her joining the crew directly, but I also do like the idea that maybe she would join the Grand Fleet, and then Wano would be under the Straw Hat Grand Fleet's protection.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she'd be the representative.
Absolutely.
I think that'd be super cool.
Did Luffy name Dressrosa as protected by him?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think
There
he has
was no
named.
moment
He
like
hasn't named any.
The only
Besides
except
Fishman
for
Island.
Fishman. That's
Just
the only
because
place.
cue Big Mom.
Yeah, that was honestly just a slap to Big Mom.
Well, I mean, he did want to protect the place because
Yeah.
Big Mom couldn't control it though. So.
Right, but you don't. So he's got one island he's protecting.
Yeah.
somehow.
It's a big island, but yeah.
It's
just
10,000
one.
meters under the... It's the most probably defensible one, honestly.
The easiest island to protect. We'll take this one, the easy one. You guys can have
You gotta
the
get through the
hard
Kraken,
one.
you gotta get through a bunch of pirates under the water.
Every damn Yonko could just claim it as their territory, and the ocean will do their job for them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But now we get to move on to a moment I'm very happy about in this chapter. We get an update on Sanji. Finally, castle interior, second floor, wherever that is. He's carrying...
It's the castle interior, second floor.
Yeah, I
What
know.
I absolutely love was like, first of all, I'm not sure what I didn't even know he was carrying a person.
It looks...
But real quick,
yeah.
I love how they phrase, for all we know, it could be Pirate Hunter Zoro in there. And I'm like, oh, no way. And I'm like, oh, no way!
it literally
and I was like,
is.
that's so funny!
Yeah.
I just don't get why they assumed that. It's so wrapped tight. Why?
Well, I think the joke there was like, for all we know, there could be another super high bounty straw hat in there.
Yeah,
and
it's definitely
the only
like
other
a-
one besides Luffy is Zoro.
They're probably like, hey, what if it's Zoro? He's like, how did you know? And you're like, wait, I was right. I also love, he's got it's like a Jesus moment. He's literally got this wrapped up cross on his back. It's so funny.
Are you saying Sanji's the Messiah?
Yeah, talking about hitting the jackpot, one big name carrying another, literally. And then always such a pain in my ass. I love these moments. We haven't had enough, because they've been separated for basically this whole war, right, of Sanji, Zoro. The only difference is, right...
They've kind of been separated since Dressrosa.
Yeah.
Have they really? No, they came together in Wano.
I mean, they've come together a couple of times, but they haven't had a lot of time to be together.
Barely any interaction.
Zoro goes off with Hiyori and all that other
Yeah.
stuff going on, and
We're all jealous for Sanji in that moment, because, waking up with Hiyori and everything.
You're jealous for
you're
Sanji.
jealous for Sanji.
I'm sorry for being a fan of Sanji. Gosh.
You're not forgiven. Anyway.
Really good moment. No fighting antics, though. Zoro's
Well, I
down.
mean, he's not really in a
exactly.
position to fight.
Well, I feel like even Zoro would still be like, I'll fucking kill you.
I think he's too tired right now to
He's
do
sleeping,
that.
bro.
He
Let him
is.
nap.
Well, he's almost.
Also, I
in.
love the small Law flashback we get in this with just him dropping off Zoro and also we get an update on Zeus, which is just him rushing off, I guess. Sanji's surprised. He's like, "Why aren't you with Nami? Where did you guys fall from? Only have a catching lady." I love Sanji, dude. It's such a funny moment.
And the way the Law's sitting on him.
Yeah,
you're telling me he's gonna pick with Black Cat. I'll leave
That's
you.
gonna be so funny in the anime. I could, man. But Law's got better things to do. He's like, here, take Zoro. I gotta go. He's got 20 to 30 broken bones. Gives him really basic instructions. And I'm not a doctor. I don't have time for this.
I'm just so excited just to
my
see
God.
Zoro animated in this state. Just this ridiculous crucifix of bandages.
He looks like Kisami's sword in Naruto. Yeah. But no, he's yeah. I mean, as rough as this patch-up job looks like he shouldn't be moving. He's definitely going to be stuck in that position for a while. I think
he's got 20 to 30 broken bones.
Yeah, dude. So, that's just an estimate, right? And then Sanji's going to be playing defense, I think, for Zoro for a bit. It will be really funny if this is the moment where Sanji gets his big fight and he does it all while carrying Zoro the whole time. I think that will be amazing.
That'll give you something to look forward to, hopefully.
Hopefully. I mean, I think it'd be cool, though, because I think as much as they hate each other, if Sanji has, a whole fight scene where he's just protecting Zoro, I think
it's probably going to be main stage. Marco and Chopper will be healing Zoro, and then Sanji will get a time to shine of defending them while they're healing.
First King and Queen, maybe.
Maybe not both, but at least one. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, the reason that King got a hit off on him last time was because he was busy trying to get Momo out of there.
Yep.
So if he's actually taking it seriously and knows it's a fight, he might actually have a pretty good chance against one or both of them. I don't know. We'll see. But, Sanji's got to be built up, right? Zoro got his cut on Kaido. Sanji's got to have something, right?
Yeah.
That's the big trio. That's the whole point. Anyway.
Before we started recording, I was actually talking to Burke about Sanji. I was like, why is he not wearing his suit? When he's in a war zone fight, like you're going into a war zone, you've got this really strong protective suit that you can turn invisible and everything. Why is he not wearing it if he's in the middle of all this?
The last time he had it was when he was actually saving Momo, like the invisibility to get him out of there, and he got hit by King. I don't know if that might have damaged it or if he literally just doesn't feel like he needs it yet. He definitely was caught off guard with Black Maria, so he didn't have a chance to get that. It was tied up.
Well, maybe, and this is, I doubt this is true.
It's speculation.
But yeah, I was going to speculation. Maybe the suit takes a toll on him of some kind.
So far, we haven't seen it yet.
No, I'm just saying that's the only reason I can think of for him not to be wearing it. Or maybe he just forgot it has it.
And again,
my thing's just like, I want to see him with the power-ups.
But
Zoro's using his new swords.
He definitely had his Usher moment.
Now that I think about it, I can totally see him not wanting to wear it until he absolutely needs it, because it does change the fact that his douchebag family made it.
He hates the legacy of the suit. He really doesn't like it.
He uses it only when he needs it.
It's just like, I can see him pretty easily defending people if he's wearing the suit. If he's
like,
not wearing the suit, it's pretty tough.
Well,
he'll wear it when he needs it.
If he's wearing it and is invisible right now, like, it doesn't make the thing he's carrying.
Not even being invisible, but like the speed. If he's trying to carry Zoro around, he could be way faster in the suit.
Well, and to be fair, I think he just fixed up Zoro. So, like, we're just seeing him pop out. Kappa shows up, and we'll talk about the rest of that more. Is there anything else in this bit that's funny?
Just the fact that Zoro's talking to sleep, telling them where to go.
Who put you in the sorry stating way? Kaido and Big Mom. Figures. Nothing to sneeze at. Acknowledgement.
Also, if anybody's confused, Kappa is Kawamatsu.
Kawamatsu, yes. But the nice thing here, Sanji acknowledges Zoro. Figures. Well, I guess you making up there is nothing to sneeze at. Like, it's small, but it's like...
No, I did like that moment.
That was nice.
Well, he knows Zoro's not weak.
No, I know, but
knows
like
he's gonna fight for
they
him.
always,
Oh, for sure.
So that's...
I feel like they don't butt heads too much when it's actual like combat.
No.
Oh, for sure.
We don't see them butting heads when
we
it
don't
actually
see
matters.
them. We don't see them fight together.
They
ever.
just pull a Legolas and Gimli after the battle and just
Right.
like, oh, how many did you take out?
My number's like 3 higher than yours.
Yeah, and then
Zoro only got just one.
Zoro gets a cool line there too. He's gonna win, right? It seemed like he figured something out at the last moment. He's gonna win.
Then
Just
Sanji, of course he's gonna win.
absolute belief in his captain.
Sanji
Always
knows he's in a
so
manga. He knows the protagonist is Luffy.
Yeah, Sanji, obviously. Where should I dump you? It's his next line.
Don't get me wrong, I would do the same thing. Like, I need to find a place where I can put you so you can rest, and I don't need to worry about you.
Just love the trash language. Like, let me just dump you somewhere.
I want to see him use him as a sword. Zoro kind of looks like a sword right now. Sanji's like, ha!
Very much like Usopp in the lobby.
He wouldn't be using his hands to fight.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, the one time he used knives against that freaking
so good
ramen
with
guy.
The ramen guy.
That was so cool. That was the only. That was the
Wanzo.
only time. Yeah, they were taking the train to
Wanzo,
lobby. Yeah, Wanzo. That was the only time I was like, you know what? Maybe if he did use knives, he could. Maybe he could take on Zoro with his swords. I don't know. He never.
No.
Not win.
skill-wise-
Not win. Just take on.
Skill-wise, he's very skilled with him,
Very
but he's not as strong as Zoro, so like Zoro would easily be able to.
But I feel
smack
like
him around.
that'd be a cool fight. It's like Rogue versus like full on like knight type thing. But anyway, no. Izo and Kappa show up. Kawamatsu. Let's see. Checking on Momonosuke himself. So where are they all going?
If you want to make yourself useful, you should head to the live floor.
Just very Luffy vibe. Very, Well, Zoro's always sleeping anyway.
That just reminds me back to way back to was it like Reverse Mountain? No, it was
Like
right
literally
Reverse
right
Mountain.
after they joined, they went into
Right
the
at
Grand Line, and
then
Nami's
like,
freaking out with the weather, and Zoro
everyone's
slept
freaking out.
through it.
Zoro was like, "What's wrong with you guys?" And she just beats the crap out of him.
Okay, so Zoro says, "Let's go to the live floor." Falls back asleep.
He was asleep the entire time.
Oh, that's right. He slept talking.
He talks while sleeping.
Yeah. So it looks like they're heading to that floor as well with Zoro in tow. So they're not dumping him. He's coming with them.
They can't just dump in the middle of the battlefield.
Well, once again, if they can get him to, like, say, Marco, and Marco can use, like, his healing flames on Zoro.
Yeah.
Shot. Yeah, that is the life floor. That's where they're at, right?
Yeah. Well, that's where they're heading.
Yeah. So I think that's a logical conclusion for them to end up.
Sanji can definitely get his fight there, or maybe something on the way.
I'm just happy Sanji got away
He
from...
can't fight Ulti. I don't want them to run into Ulti. Do not let them run into Ulti.
He's not going to fight Ulti.
That's a different floor entirely. This is where the map is going to be really handy. But
No,
Ulti's on a different floor
It's a
than
different
Marco.
floor. No, I was going to say it's not a different floor than what they're on
On
currently.
the same floor, we get the Big Mom Ulti.
Or maybe on the opposite side of the floor.
It's the same floor, which is why I'm
so same
concerned.
floor as the life
He
floor, or
won't.
same floor that there's
he
on
had his
Earth?
Black
That's what
Maria
they're
moment.
on.
He's not doing that with Ulti. No. Something's going to happen to Ulti before. That's Nami's fight. He's going to run right past if he has to run by at all. No. No.
As a Sanji fan, you're just like dying internally.
I always die internally when he has that kind of a fight. But like, when he comes back and fights the actual person, I'm like, go Sanji. So, it works out eventually for me. But I had to go through the tough moment first, which was Black Maria. But that empowered Robin, so I'm happy about it. It's fine.
So just so all you viewers know, Alex's favorite character is Foxy.
Shut up. All right. So, on the same floor, we got Big Mom. We got a dead page 1. Look at him! Look at him!
Dead people don't twitch.
His ass is up, dude.
Just saying.
That's rubble.
I think he's literally stuck in the ground right now.
Dead. Yeah. When Luffy pushed that zombie down?
Yep.
That's what has happened to page 1.
She turned him into a fossil.
Ulti, unforgivable. She looks like she's rushing straight at Big Mom. How dare you do that to Pepe? Nami. Nami's lying there.
It's like she's
like, oh, good. Well, I'll make sure they fight. Hey, this is the guy. He's the one who did that to the... Shut up! I'll kill you later. Dude, that's a scary Big Mom. Was that why you were happy, Burke, about that moment?
No, I'm very happy about
very
that.
scary.
Oh, yeah, she wasn't protecting
Sorry,
them.
this whole scene just solved any issues I was having with Big Mom last chapter. It's just like, no, she's very clearly just Otama's friend. Everybody else she wants to destroy right now.
And then immediately, Nami flips, Ulti! John! We can do this! Let's take them out. Like, Big Mom must be like, what is this bipolar?
That's her trying to. It's her trying to be the manipulative capper.
Well, maybe if Usopp wouldn't say, "Hey, let's have Big Mom take care of her too," out loud, maybe Big Mom and Ulti wouldn't be.
That wouldn't matter.
I know, but still, it's like when you shout your task. It's like, well, of course you know.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where like I think it's assumed that he's just saying to her. It's not meant for them to hear.
And Ulti seems very confident. She's like, just wait till I'm through with that crone. You two are dead.
Well, I mean,
she's not taking any of this like unseriously at this point.
Yeah.
Obviously the dog keeps moving. Ulti gets mad about the dog. She's very fast. That gives me some a shave, I think it is. Like or Gapu. Yeah, it's fast. She's suddenly smashing into I don't know if that dog's alive. I think the dog's dead.
I'm sure the dog
is Dude, she's a Toby Ropo. Like, I'm sorry.
The dog isn't dead.
It's a dog. It's a lion dog. Anyway, no, it's probably fine. Because, like, that'd be really sad if the dog died there. But then, I bet you heard at this next moment with Otama getting hit by Ulti. Did that destroy you, Brock?
No, it did destroy me.
I was mad about that.
The moment I saw that, I'm like, one of two things is going to happen. Either Big Mom's going to completely destroy Ulti, Nami's going to just wreck her, or it's going to be a combination.
You got one of those.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was going to end up this way. I was pretty certain that it was going to end with Nami fighting Ulti.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing with especially Nami and Usopp, is they have the capacity to take care of people this level. It's just they have to be pushed to the right mental state in order to... They need to go from the mental state of trying to survive to winning. And when it's time for them to win, that's usually when A, they become pissed off enough to win, or B, someone's going to die if they don't win.
Well, Otama's not the character that could be angry
also,
by this enough to do actual damage.
Oh yeah, and also Oda's done a really good job of emphasizing the fact that Nami has a soft spot for children, especially post time skip. Yeah, from Punk Hazard onward, it's been constantly shown she treats kids a lot more differently. She doesn't show her money grubbing nature, and so that's why I could totally see this coming. Yeah. And why it made me glad that she harmed Otama, not like...
Oh, Otama's dead.
Shut the
It's a Toby Robo hit a child!
And the hat has been thrown at Alex.
Pick my hat up, you bitch!
If you got a Toby Robo, you're trying to do strength levels, she hits a 5-year-old kid who can pull food out of her. That's dead! I'm sorry!
Anyways. No, but I'm super excited. It's so satisfying to see Nami shock her like that.
Yeah.
And to see it affect her. She's like, what?
Yeah. And Burke, you get another cool moment with hey Brad, did you just put your mitts on my friend with Big Mom there?
Yeah.
That small panel.
Yeah.
And this is where Ulti kind of stammers. you did the same thing to my little brother, right?
Yeah, she's kind of scared.
She's like,
Yeah, but also it's like, you're gonna yell at me for that, but you just like destroyed. You killed my brother.
definitely killed your brother.
Anyway,
Definitely killed Tama.
I'll give in to the joke for a moment here, Alex.
please do. But no, so and then I think that's what gives Nami the opening. That gives her the opening to lightning strike ulti, killing ulti.
So yeah, when Zeus shows up, he's gonna power up Nami, because let's be real, Zeus is gonna see, Hera.
Has to.
Well, and Big Mom's not taking Zeus back at this point.
I would assume not.
No, she's got Hera now, right?
How does that work? Can Big Mom just like snap her fingers and?
Well, there's lots of clouds up there. She like throws a bit of her soul, right? Which
No,
I'm saying to get rid of Zeus. Could she just like snap her fingers and consume Zeus again?
I don't know how homies die. How do homies?
No.
We haven't seen.
Brooke can do stuff to homies. Brooke can like
What kind of stuff?
pull the souls
Like
out of
bird
them.
stuff?
Jeez, probably to Hera.
He has to see the trees panties.
Yeah.
When he, fights
No,
Nami.
but like he can like cut away their souls and like their bodies fall, whatever.
Well, and
right?
we've seen the homies turn against people. Like remember the big tree?
Yeah.
He turned against.
They have their own right, and she didn't take away his soul. She just
had-
bolted
she just
him.
like-
also, well, not only that, but she had the Vivre card that had like Big Mom's
soul,
essence
yeah.
in it.
Yeah. So I mean, even without Big Mom's essence, Zeus was following Nami. So maybe she can't just snap her fingers and take Zeus back. Maybe Zeus will actually be a benefit to Nami.
That's Nami's power.
Because the way Zeus turned and looked at Sanji, maybe he was reminded. He was like, "Oh yeah, Nami."
There are some. Yeah, I definitely think there are some drawbacks
To her fruit.
to just because like
Well, you're creating.
you're
life, really.
creating she especially with such a strong-willed soul. There's no guarantee that if you create a strong enough homie that it might not go crazy.
And a soul again that we're theorizing might not even be Big Mom's. Hashtag Mother Carmel theory, right?
Yes.
About the idea that is connected to
Yeah.
her instead of Big Mom.
How many hashtags are you creating?
Just a few.
Are you too?
Hashtag
Comments.
page 1 dead.
Hashtag everyone's dead.
Million comments.
Basically.
Hashtag One Piece Apocalypse.
So now here's a really good question, and Nami's up in the polls, and I think maybe we might make a video on the international poll for the straw for One Piece characters in general, and she's number 3 in the world. She's got a really good chance to now take on Ulti full on like a 1v1. Do you guys actually think that's how it's going to go down?
I would like it to go that way, and I think
Is
it's
she
totally
strong enough? Because
Yes.
I get it, a hit like this where Ulti's...
No, here's the thing. Like I said earlier, I think Usopp and Nami are totally strong enough. Because here's the thing. Usopp, back when he was at his weakest, was still taking on much superior foes. Like his first 1v1 was against Shu, one of Arlong's top guys, which way stronger than him, but he still beat him with nothing but a hammer and
he beat him with
rubber
gags.
band. Wagomu.
He beat him with gags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that he actually firepower, and same with Nami, now that they have actual firepower, once they get into that mind state of not just surviving but winning, they can totally win because that's how it always happens.
Yeah.
Like especially with, say for example with back in Alabasta, with Usopp, he was scared. He was scared running, but the moment that she pissed him off enough, the shoes literally came off.
Yeah.
And he planned around them and got their asses beat.
And it's not like Usopp ever wins without being absolutely destroyed. Look at Dressrosa.
No.
Even as after the 2-year time skip.
They take damage, but they've always been able to beat enemies that have been leagues above them.
Right.
Because they finally
supposedly leagues above them.
Now the question here is, what does Big Mom do? She's not just going to let the 1v1 happen. Do you think?
This is where I think Kid's going to come in. I think Kid and Law are going to come in, and they're going to actually fight Big Mom.
Because they
definitely room her wherever they need to and themselves.
So that's
can he? Because
he cannot. No, remember he can't room Big Mom.
He can't room Kaido.
No, he can't room Big Mom.
Big Mom either.
But I'm just saying the only time we heard him say something was in connection to Kaido. He said Kaido is.
We can probably assume he can't.
We can assume he can't, but I'm just saying.
It is probably safe to assume he can't room any of the emperors.
Can he room what she's standing on and move her?
No.
I don't know.
You'd have to room the whole castle.
Well, I'm just curious.
His
power is weird.
I don't know.
It's weird.
So yeah, I think Kid and Law are gonna team. They're gonna team up on Big Mom. Mm-hmm. They're gonna get Yamato and Luffy fighting Kaido. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get Nami and Usopp fighting Ulti.
And Tama, who's I guess still.
Well, I think they're protecting Tama. Tama's probably out for.
She
a
probably
little
has to help her dog.
Tama, I think, acts as the reason for fighting.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like you're not going to just Nami and Usopp, no matter how cowardly they may be, they're not going to let a child die in front of them.
No, of course.
That's
No,
against.
no.
That's completely against their nature.
That
They
just-
will fight for her.
That just doesn't happen. The only child that's died is Ace.
I mean, he was an adult, but yes.
So it's kind of childlike the way he deals with the kind of. You take that back! You take that back! Why is there a hole in me?
I hate you so much.
I'm sorry.
All right, we're
Childlike.
canceling you. We're canceling Alex Cole.
The
Okay.
three Yonko.
I
Sanko.
was gonna say we're the Sanko now. Bye.
Real? Okay, but do you dislike Ulti as a character,
No.
Brock?
No,
She
she's
hit-
great.
No, I think she is too, which is surprising because, like, literally, she just called, Tom a sea urchin, smacked her.
I don't.
She doesn't feel like an antagonist.
I don't think. No, she feels like an antagonist, but she doesn't blindly just do things out of hate, like say Orochi.
She does it out of love for
She
her
does
brother.
her job, and she does it well. And she also, like I said, she does it out of love for her brother. She has a reason for fighting. And I don't. It's like it's the same. It's the same kind of feeling, albeit at a less degree. I felt about Dogtooth, where like he's Mom's top enforcer. Of course, he's going to try and kill Luffy.
Really good antagonist.
But like
Yeah.
you don't begrudge him for it. It's his job. He's one of her top sons and officers. He's got to fight her.
If we're being real.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, if we're being real, he definitely.
well, what I meant by top, I meant one of the oldest is what I meant to say.
Yes,
and top and
right.
top
It
soldier
was way better than Paris Sparrow.
for sure. Forget Sparrow. He's a-
Shut up.
But anyway,
You
and I can always
long-tongued bitch.
I can always respect
candy arm looking.
I can always respect the reasons for fighting. It's usually characters like Charlos and Orochi who fight completely and Spando.
Let's cancel them.
Who didn't even fight, but like who act
Hashtag cancel Wapple.
who acts completely on their own selfishness.
Yeah.
That's like she's fighting because her brother's got to take him down, and she's going after the Straw Hats because that's her job.
I don't know if you subscribe to Ryan's theory about Kid coming through in the next few minutes, but do you think potentially Big Mom, Nami team up?
I don't think so.
That'd be such a fast fight. Ulti would be
Here's
gone
the
so
thing.
fast.
Here's the thing. I think Big Mom. I think she adores people as heartily as she hates people, and I think she adores Otama as much as she despises the Straw Hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the memes at the end of this.
I don't know if you guys read the
Right.
scans on the Reddit, but you should. At the very bottom,
There were some great memes there.
he uses Zoro's wrapped up body. That's funny as hell. And the color pages are also always beautiful. That lightning on Ulti and Big Mom looks so scary in those color panels, dude.
Though, dude, she's pissed.
Oh man. So yeah, do you think Ulti might have a chance at being a Straw Hat? Her in Page 1.
No.
Any of the two.
I can see Ulti and Page 1 joining Kid's crew, but I don't see them joining Luffy's crew.
Or hell, even the Grand Fleet at some point, but
I just feel
never
like-
Straw Hats.
I just don't feel like they're the kind of like antagonist that we can't absorb into the crew. I just have never felt like they're that terrible.
I can see one day. I don't see them directly joining Straw Hats crew of any kind.
No.
I can see them maybe someday, especially just the Togorobo in general, maybe being kind of like a end battle, It's like with Crocodile back when he was fighting side by side with Luffy at Marineford. He didn't fight with Luffy because he was loyal to Luffy. He fought because he didn't want the Marines to get what they wanted.
Yeah.
And I feel like that'd be a very similar case with Ulti and Page 1.
Yeah.
Is they're not gonna fight for Luffy, but enemy of my enemy is my friend type
Right,
thing.
I think it's like Katakuri's acknowledgement, really. I
Yeah.
think that's really what it could come, because obviously if Katakuri ever has the chance, I think he becomes the new Yonko for the Big Mom Pirates if there is one.
Yeah.
Right. If something were to happen, and with that comes maybe an allyship with Straw Hat, who's the only man who seemingly defeated him. Right.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't think Yonko ever really team up with I think Big Mom and
Outside
Kaido.
of
This is the first time.
It's also really weird,
Well, they
and
used to
no
be
one's
crew
like
members
really
too, so.
sure about it either. Like, I think there's still a lot of people who think Big Mom
Well, I think
has already betrayed Kaido.
here's the
away.
thing. I think no matter how much of a schemer any of the Yonko are,
Besides Blackbeard, I imagine you're.
well, I mean,
He's-
even his case, I'm sure, but I think he's more of a schemer than most. But
Most
I think they all still act according to their own whims.
Sure.
Like, what Big Mom just did by punching
Yeah.
Page 1, that was her own whim. that wasn't like her breaking up the alliance by any means. I don't think that was just like, oh, you attacking people that gave me comfort and hospitality. Fuck you.
You dead.
You dead. Exactly. Dead.
It would be if she kept fisting. Yeah,
we're just. Would you not that terminology? Can we just not?
Get a lot of editing on this.
Just the last bit of it.
Oh fuck yeah! Anyways, have fun.
But no. So yeah, I mean, I think Ulti can definitely be defeated by. I don't know if I think Zeus comes through and Nami maybe last legs defeats her. I don't think it's an easy fight for Nami.
Oh, it's not gonna be an easy fight.
And her Mirage tempo, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, the headbutting thing lends itself to I keep missing the wrong one. I keep hitting on things I shouldn't be. Weakening maybe. Like Nami fights smart, and I think she can absolutely outsmart.
She does fight smart, but whenever
they both
she fights
use their
smart,
headbutting. I think it's a thing to fight.
But when Nami fights smart, she depends on what's around her. The Mirage tempo worked because it was the soap, the bubbles, and everything.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Ever since then, she's able to produce a lot more out of her.
Yeah,
weapon.
that's pre.
She can essentially create entire maelstroms out of her weapon at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's limited to that degree anymore.
What was the island she studied on? Weather Vane?
Witheria.
Or
something.
Well, this will be the first fight Nami really has.
I'm excited. I think there's some real.
Robin's getting a fight. Nami's getting a fight. It's like,
first time women actually fight. It's great.
They're both backed up though, Usopp and Brooke, right? So they have their. It seems like they might play more support roles too, which is great because like.
Well, are we done with the? So page 1, Ulti. What is their crew called? Their
Toby Roppo.
The Toby
X-Drake is on the other side. Sokka's Zuki.
I feel like there's some Toby Roppo that still don't have people they're fighting. So I don't think. I think Brooke is probably going to have to fight a different Toby Roppo.
Black Maria's fighting. Yeah.
Robin and Brooke right now. Who is fighting Jinbei?
So I think Jinbei's going to fight who's who. I think Nami's going to be able to fight Black Maria by herself, and I think Brooke's going to have to fight a different Toby Roppo.
This might be kind of a hot take, especially.
Well, and the Triceratops is fighting.
Well,
let me finish that off though.
It's might be kind of a hot take, especially to Alex, who's so obsessed with people being dead.
No, I'm not.
I'm at this point.
A little bit.
After re-looking at the chapter, I'm kind of thinking that page 1 isn't knocked out. I think he's legit stuck in the ground right now.
He's going to pop out in Usopp.
I think he'll pop out, and because I kind of got that vibe from when Usopp first shot him with those explosive things. I'm like, okay, Usopp has the potential to fight him. I think
I could see Usopp fighting page 1.
So I think it's going to be Usopp. I think this whole thing's been a setup for they're going to fight the siblings. That's how I think it's going to go.
I want Brooke to have his own fight. So I love 2v2s. I think 2v2s are great. 2v1s. I think the only reason we should have 2v1s in Wano is fighting Big Mom or fighting Kaido.
Two of your characters
well,
really strong.
The Toby Roppo are literally the next level down from like the 3 calamities.
Well, yeah, from the calamities. Yeah. But again, we've got the calamities that people have to fight.
Well, 2 of them are being dealt with by Marco, and then we have Jack with...
I think that'll only happen for so long.
Doc Storm.
Marco... The thing with Marco is he's old generation. If we're supposed to
He's been around since Roger's time.
I know, but if we're supposed to be moving into the new generation by showing how strong everyone can be, I don't really want Marco to have a fight.
Well,
I want Marco.
He's not really having a fight, is he? He's holding them off.
Exactly.
Yeah,
which is what I think.
I think that's the point. Is he's going to hold them off until the fighters get there.
But damn it, don't I love it?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. I want to see the new generation. I want each person to have a fight, and so we can actually see what people are capable.
For sure.
Killer's fighting his own generation with fighting.
I mean, they're all the same generation.
Nail guy. No, but like he's not fighting like necessarily like the old generation. With he's literally fighting Hawkins, right? We have Law helping Kid deal with whoever they're. I mean, Big Mom technically is who you're going for, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, King doesn't really have an opponent, and I think a lot of people thought it would be Zoro. He seems to be out of it. Queen is getting punched by Chopper right now.
I'm getting a Chopper feeling.
I don't know if long term that's gonna Queen, the guy who knocked out.
Okay, so far, Queen,
Big Mom.
So far, what I'm getting from Queen is that he's got extraordinary toughness and he's really good at viruses.
Yeah. Chopper is like the opposite. He's extraordinarily tough when he's in Monster Point.
Yeah.
And he's really good with cures.
You think Chopper defeats Queen in Monster Point?
I think it's potential.
I think it'd be cool to see.
Has he defeated someone since Aeneas Lobby with Commodore?
I'm sure
Commodore?
Chopper? I don't believe so.
Not a named character, at least. I don't
Chopper, since the time skip, or since so he's only had like one fight.
Yeah,
He's kind of in Robin's boat.
Yeah,
where they don't fight.
He left Dressrosa.
The only time he's fought someone else, a named character, was back in Fishman Island, I believe, post.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think it's about
this whole time.
Now here's the thing. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. If he sticks to it, just is a doctor who brings everyone to his side,
that's just
I'm okay with that because that's his dream is to be someone who cures everything.
He is.
If he doesn't get like a 1v1, I'm okay with that. If he's turning the tide of the war itself, he's a doctor. That's his thing.
He's had his victory. He defeated the virus that was apparently unstoppable. He defeated Queen's virus.
But I could also see,
and he got a punch off. I think that's Chopper's good for me anyway. I'd be happy if he gets more. I'm good on Chopper.
My hope is what we originally were planning on. I see Sanji bringing Zoro to Chopper. Chopper and Marco heal Zoro. Right. Sanji fights Queen. Zoro fights King. Or reverse that. I mean, either one. After healing, obviously.
Specifically after healing.
And then everyone gets their 1v1s. Good old shonen 1v1s. Gotta love it. And then we can really focus on the Kaido fight, Big Mom fight. Because otherwise, if people are going to have their 1v1s, there's that thing where it's like, well, if everyone just teamed up and focused one person at a time, this would not be as like.
It seems like we have more protagonists at the moment than we do antagonists to deal with.
Absolutely.
It seems like there's more straw hats.
we have more named characters.
Well, like Toby Ropo, Clancy's.
They have more named like main characters that are fighting than the other team does. But in general, Kaido's forces are still way greater, and we've got to also take into account the fact that even his foot soldiers are, by normal person standards, really strong.
They're Yonko's crew, right?
They're Yonko's crew, so we can't discount them.
And you've got the smile fruit users. Like they have a good.
They've got a full army. It's not by any means a easy win.
Right. Like we have the same sort of thing on the samurai side. We have a whole legion of.
Well, remember the samurai are outnumbered by a ton.
But still, I feel like with Tama's tomfoolery.
No, that's part of the strategy.
That's slowly changing
between her and Chopper, which I love that the two cutest characters are bringing people to the side.
I mean, for
sure. Like the two mascots.
And that's the other thing. We are turning, Kaido's army against him with everyone that's not a Smile Eater, right? All the non-Smile Eaters, all the people who were failed experiments, they're all realizing, we're nothing.
And Queen. And Queen's not helping at all with this, you should all be happy to die for us.
Yeah, jeez Louise, Queen. Glad he got
punched. Do not go
Not a Tanuki!
Do not go off, Queen.
Yeah. There's a lot. I don't think everyone gets their own fight though in Wano.
No,
I don't
there's
think
too many
so.
people. That'd be a lot.
Not every. I think Straw Hats get their own fight.
Yeah.
I don't think
every Straw Hat does.
Yeah, every Straw Hat. I don't think everyone, but I think every Straw Hat. I've already set up a lot of them.
I can see 2v2 ulti in page 1. If you know what? No, I don't think page 1 gets back up.
Page 1's definitely getting back up. They showed him twitching. He's getting back up.
I'm pretty certain he's literally just stuck to the ground.
Bodies twitches after they die.
Remember how many hits he took from Sanji fighting him?
I know.
Page 1's getting back up.
He's getting beaten up this arc.
I know, but
I think that's supposed to be a testament to his toughness, though.
He did. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna. I know I'll probably be wrong, but I'm gonna stick to that.
I'm gonna be disappointed if the Straw Hats don't get 1v1s.
I mean that speaks up to Big Mom, right? Big Mom, if she takes out Toby Ropo with one punch, that's a testament to how powerful she is and how you should not mess with her. I think that props her up, and I think Usopp and Nami both need to be there for ulti if Big Mom's taken out of the picture. If she's not there anymore, I think it takes both of them. I'd like it to be just Nami. Maybe just Nami with Zeus. I don't see Nami just beating ulti.
To me, I don't think we've seen everything Nami could do, for one.
No, I don't. You're right.
But here's the thing.
But Zeus is her power. Would you say?
No, Zeus was just a temporary.
I think that was a temporary.
But don't you think she ends up?
I think he might become a potential future permanent power up. But I think she's got plenty of her own.
Would he be a Straw Hat then? Would we have 11 Straw Hats?
I wouldn't count that as another crewmate. I would just count that as...
So we don't count Chopper.
Like a weapon.
Pet's not allowed.
It's like a weapon.
Chopper's not a pet. The Marines might think he is, but Chopper's not a pet.
So here's how I think it's going to go. I think it's going to be Big Mom is about to go crazy. Kid and whoever else shows up and takes that fight somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And I think that'll leave Nami to ulti and Usopp to page 1.
How do they move Big Mom?
I don't know. I'm not Oda.
We don't have room.
They don't have to.
She's very mad because ulti hit Tama.
What do you mean there's not room?
Like
tassels
no,
so
like
big.
no, like Law can't ruin her is what I mean.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Law, no matter how tough she is, he can still move her. He can hit her hard enough to move her.
Law?
Sorry, Kid.
Maybe.
No,
he did.
no.
He punched her
them
off
could,
the.
Any of them could.
No, they roomed a huge rock.
But they
at
hit
her.
her. They hit her. To,
Well, I'm
to
saying
move her.
Kid didn't move her himself. Is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is
A giant boulder
I think
came flying at her, and she was midair.
Any of the guys that were up there on the rooftop, not necessarily win a 1v1, but I do think they have the force behind their attacks to move a Yonko.
Yeah, I don't know how we move Big Mom away from that fight with Ulti, who just hit Tama. Because it seems like that's the priority right now. I don't think she sees Kid and goes, I think she says, I'll deal with you later. This person punched Tama.
I'm thinking Kid uses a big old attack because he loves big attacks.
Yeah.
And forces Big Mom in a different direction.
Would that be clowning on Big Mom again, or do you think that would be?
No, he's up there with Luffy.
Well, I'm asking Burke because Burke has a thing.
It's not going to be Kid. I don't think it's going to be Kid by himself. It'll be Kid and probably Law.
And Law doing something smart.
Yeah, most likely.
And you see them beating Big Mom, you think, Burke? Or
Not beating, but they can at least move them.
They can at least keep her at bay.
Ultimately, what do you think? Because that's the big question for Big Mom, isn't
I'm
it?
still convinced eventually Big Mom's just gonna leave.
Yeah, I don't see Big Mom.
She's going to get tired.
I don't
She's going to
think-
peace out.
I don't see Big Mom actually falling, but that's not to say she's not defeated in the sense that she has to run.
She doesn't look hurt at all. Big
No,
Mom.
I know. All these attacks, she barely looks like she's taking a hit. So it's like, yeah, she's getting tossed around, thrown off the top,
Makes a new homie.
Clowned on, goofed on.
but that's all it really is. It's just like minor inconveniences for her. And she's able to just make a big homie. She's like, oh, well, Zeus is gone. Well, I'm just going to make another one.
Right.
It's like she's powerful enough where, not like Kaido, where Kaido's going to fight until the end.
Yeah.
Big Mom's going to fight. If it's not going her way, she pieces out with her crew.
Here's how I compare her and Kaido. Kaido, he's like a barbarian king. He prefers to handle it himself.
Right.
But
Clearly.
Big Mom is like a monarch. She
has something to rule.
She likes to see this peasant squirm. But also, if you get her pissed enough, she'll handle it herself, type thing. You know, that's kind of what I get. Is
Does she have a Luffy in this arc? That's my question.
does she have a Luffy?
Is there a single person that is Big Mom's matchup, or she literally just has no matchup? She gets clowned around for the whole of the arc and then pieces off. Like, what is her end game in Wano?
I don't know.
Other
That's a
than
tough
I'm
part.
going to kill the Straw Hats. She keeps saying it.
So I think honestly, we're at that point where it's just really hard to tell which path she'll take. Whether it'll be a path towards trying to destroy the Straw Hats right away, maybe the tide. Hell, maybe she'll be forced to leave because all of her sons and daughters are like, Mama, we gotta go. They're losing. Type thing.
We finally got here, Mama. Let's go.
I mean, that's the main reason I'm just so quiet today. It's just like
You want a good answer for Big Mom, right?
I have no idea where anything's going right now. And that's not to say I'm not going to speculate. It's just, it's really hard with these,
so
like,
hard.
with these, like, especially because we're having another break next week. It's just like,
Wait, is there a break
I
next
could have
week?
sworn there was a break next week.
Everyone check, because I looked at the end of the chapter. It didn't say no break next week, but it also didn't say break
I could have
next week.
sworn we were taking a break this week.
I don't see.
When I was watching Roger's base this week, he was like, okay, after this chapter drops, you decide what content I'm making because we're going to have a week off.
I don't see a
It
break.
doesn't say
So,
no break.
okay.
It also doesn't say break. So
Okay.
that's why
This is where One Piece ends.
cliffhanger.
I've been operating under the assumption that we're on break this coming week.
I also thought we were on a break.
I hope not. We'll see.
I mean, there's nothing saying we are, but we'll see.
Yeah, in the chapter, which usually
The chapters are getting more and more like complicated, so it doesn't surprise me that happens.
Yeah, I think Oda needs to figure
As
it
long as it doesn't become like One Punch Man, where you have to wait like months for
That's after
it'll,
Wano.
It'll never be that bad.
What's the longest break ever in One Piece?
2 weeks.
But it's like,
Is
you
it?
know, the way I feel last chapter, where I just feel like Big Mom's getting clowned on, you know, then that gets solved within a chapter for me,
Yeah.
which, like, in the past, the amnesia thing with Big Mom, I never really liked that, and that took a while.
And we were all
for-
guessing that Ulti would hit her and that would happen again.
Yeah.
We all keep thinking something's going to
Yeah,
happen to
and so
restart
it's
that
just-
storyline.
I don't think
It's
so.
just...
No?
No, I don't think at any point Big
'Cause
Mom gets amnesia again.
Let's be clear, Work. I think the only way that your theory happens is if that storyline is revisited, the amnesia bit, and she kind of doesn't have a reason to be here anymore.
What theory is that?
That she would get amnesia again. She doesn't care about any of this because she doesn't remember her anger.
Oh, you mean her leaving?
Yeah, the reason that I can see your thing ending would be with amnesia being like...
I don't think that amnesia will have anything to do with that.
I think that'd be a terrible answer.
I think Big Mom will see the tide not going her way, and she might peace out.
I think the amnesia was literally
just for Tama.
Well, yeah, a way to develop her relationship with the people of Okabore Town.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm actually okay with that. Looking back.
No, it's great. No.
And also it gave us a look at a hidden part of Big Mom
a part that's not who she normally is.
But a part that still exists because she's showing it to Dotama.
She's
So,
making that connection.
Like, that's the other thing. It's like... I don't know if I'd be okay with this, but I could see Luffy beating Big Mom by, like, offering her meat.
No.
Straight up.
Luffy never would offer.
No, I know.
Well, and here's the thing. And here's the thing. If you remember
it's the same thing as Sanji never hitting a woman.
And here's the
he will never
thing.
offer someone meat. That's why he's a pirate.
I know.
Here's the thing. If you remember,
Joey doesn't share.
If you remember at the very beginning, well, not very beginning, but beginning when they first talk, you know, and they were trying to reason with him. She's like, a pirate takes what she wants. She would just kill Luffy and take the meat as long as she could.
I know.
That's why I have such a hard time with Big Mom leaving in defeat or running. I just feel like if every single person, minus Luffy, minus Zoro, is standing in front of Big Mom and she's the only one left, she annihilates all of them.
That's pushing that.
I think she hates the Straw Hats. Anyone that's willing to help them is... She's mad, dude. She came all the way to Wano, broke this
you're telling me
long thing with Kaido.
You're telling me that every character sans Luffy and Zoro put together couldn't beat Big Mom?
Name one character you think beats Big Mom one-on-one.
We're not talking about one-on-one.
No, just... Is there one? None of them.
No.
Do you think all of them together beat Big Mom?
Yes.
I don't know.
That's a lot of really strong people.
You sent the entire world government after Big Mom. She's not gonna be...
That's not who's...
I'm just saying, it's the same kind of thing. You send an entire force after one person.
I just don't think Look, Big Mom's not Whitebeard. Whitebeard took out nearly all of Marineford before his death due to all of the warlords, all of the admirals. I just don't think that level.
Well, I mean,
without Luffy and
they
Zoro,
were all focusing on him, though.
I know, but still. I mean, well, come on. Whitebeard was walking through
everybody. Person allied with the Straw Hats attacking Big Mom, and she's the only one.
Just in Wano. And that's
what we're talking about.
Just in Wano.
Just in Wano.
I know, and when Luffy and Zoro
if we're including all the Straw Hats,
the
other worst generation pirates that are there,
including Hawkins, or
let's just say all of Kaido's allies, all of her allies. It's just her left, and all the people that the Straw Hats have as allies. Like let's just say everybody who's still up and kicking and able to fight right now.
After Black Maria fight, after Toby Roppo fight, after the war.
Yes.
All of them left versus Big Mom, who hasn't really been hurt at all. I have a really hard time saying she loses that. I just think she's... The only
reason I think she doesn't lose that is she goes into a hunger whatever thing.
I think she's stronger when she's clear-minded, don't you think? Or
no.
No? Hunger pangs make her that much stronger?
I think she goes berserk. I think
she goes so berserk.
Yeah.
At the cost for sanity.
Look, we clown on Big Mom all the time. She's literally...
No, she's terrifying.
Yeah.
She has such propensity.
But that doesn't mean she's not beatable by a force larger than her own strength.
I think Luffy and everyone beats her. I think Luffy, Zoro, and some of everyone beats her. I just, without those two... And I'm knocking Sanji here, too. I'm even saying Sanji doesn't have the strength alone to deal with Big Mom. I just really put Emperors up there, which I think we should after we see what Whitebeard did to Marineford. So... and that's all to say, I do not know how she leaves Wano in defeat.
In my head, it's just there's no clear pathway.
That's something that Oda will show us.
Right. Yeah, there's no clear pathway in my head for what's going to happen with Big Mom.
There's
a very clear pathway for how Kaido is going to get beaten. I think it's just going to be Luffy at this point.
You think Luffy wins, or you think Yamato helps?
I think Luffy wins with help from Yamato.
I think what happens usually in these cases is usually when it comes to that final 1v1, especially in One Piece.
Yeah.
Luffy has the first bout. he kind of loses the first bout,
I was gonna say he's gonna use like
We definitely lost the first bout.
and then he gets
punched the dragon.
Then he gets helped
Dragon
back
pushed
up.
back.
And then the final bout is where he's like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
And I think,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, he's already been knocked down multiple times on that rooftop with everyone else there. Now it's just him. He's figured out the Conqueror's hockey thing. Do we see more from Kaido?
Oh, definitely.
Of course.
There's new levels to Kaido, you all think?
Yeah.
Or,
Well, at the very least, new attacks we haven't seen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cyclone cutting wind one. That cyclone cutting wind one, I could see really, really hurting Luffy. But he's in hybrid. I don't know if that's still possible for him.
We'll find out.
Just because slashing.
Anyway, here's hoping we're not on break next week and
Here
can get
is
some more
hoping.
answers on what
Yeah.
lies in store for our heroes.
Also, please don't make any of these fights off camera. I want to see all of these. Like the ulti, Big
for
Mom, Black Maria. I don't want to forget any of the fights.
It wouldn't be anime if they didn't prolong the fights.
Yeah.
Well, especially once it's actually animated, these
Yes.
fights will be.
Oh,
They have to be.
cannot wait. All right, with that, let's hope for 1013 next week. We will see you all then. Let's do it.
Hashtag Foxy Rules.
All right, listeners, that concludes this episode of the Yonko Podcast. What a hilarious chapter this week. Can't wait for next week's. Right, Oda Sensei? Do you enjoy this series? Let us know in the comments and drop a like on the video. We'll see you next week for our review of Chapter 1013. That's 1013, boys. All right, we're off.